Guys, today we are going to be reacting to the Karaji Storage Lady from Let Me Explain Studios. I love her drawing, her art, everything. I watched some of her videos, not all of them though. Most definitely not all of them, but what most of them. I'll say like 25% of them because I watched like the 100 list. And you know what? That's not important. Now, what's important is that we're going to react to this. Go check her out. Let Me Explain Studios. Go check her animation and stuff out. See if you like this. And if you like what you see today, consider subscribing down below. That's completely up to you if you subscribe. I would highly appreciate it though. But with that said, on with the video. Let's do this.
Hello, my geeks and peeps, my explainers and entertainers, my little oodle-lallies. Rebecca Parham here. My mama, Mama Parham, is a big important businesswoman, and she gets asked to speak at conventions and conferences all the time. And one of the things that she has to speak a lot about in her industry is storage. Yes, it is. My mama knows that. To make her presentations less boring, she's commissioned me, her hip, young, awesome, talented YouTuber daughter, to narrate and animate a story that she has been telling at these storage conventions for a long time now. What you're about to see is the final product. So without further ado, please enjoy my mom's very weird story about her first experience with self-storage. Roll tape! I think it was about...
I love to say that. Boop, boop. Oh my goodness. I don't know why I'm laughing. I feel like I laugh too easily.
1980 when I had my first experience with storage. My husband Mike and I had gotten all of our stuff into this good-sized moving truck, and we drove to this place that was literally the only self-storage within 3 towns of us. So Mike drove up the truck, I got out, and I walked into the office. If you could even call it that. To be honest, it just kind of...
That's not no office. That is not no office.
It looked like they threw a front desk and a fake plant into one of their 10x10 units and called it a day. I mean, we're talking majorly primitive here. Anyways, I approached the front desk, not to be greeted by a manager, but rather by this. Riff!
Oh my god!
Riff! Riff!
Imagine getting greeted by a dog.
Yeah, there's
Oh Lord.
Riff! Though, to be fair, I've had worse customer service greetings. So there was an open door behind the front counter which apparently led to the manager's apartment because when I leaned over to look in, sitting on a sofa about 3 feet away from a big old console TV, was the manager. Riff! Ahem. Yeah, what do you need? I have a truck. I need to put my stuff in here. She got up slowly, cigarette hanging out of her mouth. What you got out there? She leaned over the counter, looked through the window at my moving truck, and said, "You're gonna need a 12x28. Here, fill that out right there. Vivi, shut up." What, you need a pen? Yeah. It's $41.50 a month. You need a lock? Yeah. $5. Your unit's the last building on the right. Vivi, shut up. Behind that gate over.
Oh Lord. If this is the... Oh Lord. I don't even know what to say. The way she just slapped the lock saying that's $5. Oh Lord. I mean, I know most things require locks, but yeah, she was just blunt with it. She was like, "Get out of my face. I'm trying to enjoy a show over here."
Behind that gate over there, but I lock it at exactly 6 o'clock, so you better not be behind it, cause you ain't getting out till morning. I looked at my wristwatch, and without missing a beat, she said, "Yeah, you maybe got half an hour, you'll need to hurry up. Oh, and your payment's due on the 12th. Why on the 12th? Because I said so. If you don't pay, we sell your stuff. Got it? Now sign here. Phoebe, shut up. And that was basically it. I signed her little one-page contract, she made me a copy of it, and I wrote her a check. And at the end, I just kind of said, thank you, and walked out the door. I got back in the truck, and Mike said, hey, so what'd you get? I thought for a moment and said, I'll tell you later. Let's just go home. And we drove that big old truck all the way back home.
Now, selling your stuff, that's crazy. No, you will not touch my stuff. I don't even know why she paid for it at this point. Like, if we just go back home, I'm just like, nah, we can find something better.
Did you get that? The corrected assignment went...
Okay. Well, you know what? This video not even that long. I can react to another one. Let me see here. Let me see here if I can even find another one. Cause I watched a lot of her. Let me see here. I haven't seen this one. My dog is a menace to society. I haven't seen this one.
My new favorite thing that we have ever made is now available for pre-sale. More info at the end of the video.
Now let's react to this one. I have never seen this one yet.
Hello,
I have not
Alex
seen
and
this one
peeps, My
yet.
explainers and entertainers, my little oodle-lollies. Rebecca Parham here. Cozy little scene, isn't it? Just about the only thing it's missing is a dog curled up in front of that fire. Really makes me think about the best and possibly naughtiest dog my family ever had. Let's talk about the legend himself, Charlie the Basset Hound. For those of you who have never had the privilege of owning one of these floppy potatoes, let me clue you in on the main breed characteristic. Basset Hounds are the embodiment of stubborn. People claim that they're stupid, but you see, that's the deception. Basset Hounds know exactly what you want from them. People claim that they're stupid, but you see, that's the deception.
Oh my god, does that look like, oh, this is making you angry and I enjoy it.
Basset Hounds know exactly what you want from them, but they're also smart enough to know that the world isn't gonna end if they ignore you. That was Charlie. If the rules didn't serve him, he didn't listen. I wish I had the confidence of this dog. If his life were a classic hero's journey, he always skipped that step where you're supposed to refuse the call to adventure. Let's say you could speak dog and you're the NPC telling him, hey, you see that treacherous path over there? Don't go there. Big danger. You'll die 1,000 deaths. And he'd be like, well, that sounds like somebody who doesn't want me to have fun. Screw you. No ominous warnings of the dangers ahead. We're gonna keep him from Mount Doom. And speaking of forbidden paths, I live...
That's what you call confidence. I truly believe that's what you call confidence. Oh my god.
on my family's ranch back in the day, and the land was divided into 2 pieces. 10 acres fenced off around the house for the dogs, and the rest for our horses. There was one opening in the fence for vehicles
you had
to cross, where we put a
horses? I didn't know
cattle
she had
guard to keep
horses.
the horses and the dogs on their own side. And it worked perfectly. That is, until we got Charlie. He, with his big bad brain, figured out that he just needed to lay flat on the ground like a pancake and army crawl his way across the cattle guard. We would constantly find him in the pastures just puttering around or hanging out with the horses and the barn cats. One time my mom saw him across the fence chilling by our duck pond, and she yelled, "Charlie!" And for some reason, when he heard that, he looked upwards towards the sky like God was calling him. Searched the sky.
Really? Really? You know, dogs do be doing that sometimes. I think we got, me and my family, we got 3 house dogs and then 4 outside dogs. So we got 8 dogs around us, and they be doing this. I promise you, our bulldog Nyla be doing this.
Searched the sky and everything, like the staircase to the pearly gates was gonna appear before him. I mean, all dogs do go to heaven after all. Fun.
Are we sure all dogs go to heaven? Because some dogs straight just mean.
In fact, Rachel was the one who named him Charlie, but I started calling him Charlie Barkins after the main character in that movie. And it stuck. He was Charlie Barkins to the whole family until the day he died. He also frequently went by Basset Hound and...
He's sitting like he owned the place.
Da
Oh my goodness, but
All
he's so
dogs by their breed a lot in our
cute.
family. Hey, German Shepherd.
cute.
Hello, Labrador. How you doing, cattle dog? Speaking of cattle, this one time Mom was across the cattle guard putting the horses in the barn for the night. When she was ready to walk back to the house, she spied a very large buck intently staring her down about 30 yards away. She thought to herself, okay, he is big, and he could do some real damage if he decided to get territorial right now. I'm just gonna start walking away. She headed in the opposite direction of the buck, but when she was almost to the cattle guard, something was coming up fast behind her. Oh boy, this is it. I'm gonna have to fight Bambi. Here we go! Turns out that heavy galloping was just Charlie trying to race by Mom and beat her to the cattle guard, possibly to avoid a scolding. Though Mom definitely had a few choice words to shout at him as he ran
I don't blame her. I would be mad. I would be mad too.
back to the house. Charlie wasn't just a ranch dog. Oh, no, he was a corporate professional. Mom, Dad, and Rachel would take him to the family business all the time where he did very important work, like napping and sunbathing and walking from room to room, hounding people for love and affection.
Oh, he's so precious.
There was a girl who worked at our office named Emily, and she would keep snacks and lunch items at her desk. Well, one day, when the whole office was in their morning meeting in the boardroom, Charlie came waddling in carrying something in his mouth. He waited until he had the whole room's attention before setting the item down and looking at everyone expectantly. That's when Emily shouted, "Oh my God, is that my peanut butter?" While everyone was busy in the morning meeting, Charlie had rummaged through her food bag she left behind her desk and stolen her jar of peanut butter. Knowing full well he couldn't get into the good-smelling jar himself, he brought it to the humans to open it for him, acting like he totally didn't just do something naughty. Charlie, you're fired. Thing is, that wasn't the only time he did something like that. At the ranch, we kept all the dog treats in the pantry, a place Charlie knew he wasn't allowed to go. But if someone mistakenly left the box of milk bones on the floor of the pantry, he would go in, take just one, find the nearest human, and lay the treat down in front of you to ask for permission to eat it. It was almost like he was saying, "Hey, I can have this, right?" Well, I guess you can, since you asked so politely.
Oh my, I don't understand. I mean, at least he brought it to you, and at least like, yeah, can I have this? Our dogs, they would just find a treat. They will somehow get out of their cage, get a treat, and they won't even come to neither one. They'll go back to their cage and eat it. One of them got sick recently because he wanted to eat an entire thing of those little, they weren't milk bones, but they were like little rolls that had meat in them or something. And when we try to give him that same treat, he won't eat it no more because he got sick because of... we don't know how they be getting to those strange places.
From a grocery bag and
Wait, oops.
Rachel tells me that he one time did this with a whole unopened box of treats. Just pulled it from a grocery bag and laid it at her feet, expecting her to open it. I would think any normal misbehavior.
Now, our dogs, they would chew through that. They would chew through it to get the treat. I know they would because they chew through plastic to get the... They threw... If you don't know what kind of treats you can get, I'm talking about those treats that you can get from, I guess, Tractors. Pet, all those treats, those in those plastic bags. We be getting those for our dogs because they like to chew on everything. they would definitely rip up anything that has a, if they see a tree in there.
Any normal misbehaving dog would just take the box somewhere and tear into it. But
Yes,
no,
that's our
no,
dog.
No, such things were beneath him. Why should he get his paws dirty when one droopy-eyed stare makes every human do anything he wants? Oh my god, that face was so cute. I would burn down.
He's right. He is so cute, but I'm sorry. He is cute. I'll give you that. He is cute, but the doggy stares, they don't work on me. I'm sorry. They don't work on me like they used to. I didn't have so many. I didn't dealt with so many dogs. I didn't been around. Well, living with my mom, my big brother, and my older brother. If you haven't noticed, I'm a middle child. I have been around. We have been around 15 to 17 dogs. That's all in total. Half of them, most of them have passed away, but the doggy stares don't work with us no more. They don't work with me no more. I mean, they're cute, but they just don't work with me no more. I see you. At this point, I tell the dogs, I see you trying to be cute, and you are cute, but you shouldn't have done that. Oh my goodness, why do I keep pressing this to the pause button? Good lord.
Shoot, I would burn down all of society for him. So one time, Charlie needed surgery, ironically, on his stomach. Probably shouldn't have eaten and destroyed so many things you weren't supposed to. Rachel went to go pick him up at the vet
Wait a
after the
second. What is
surgery on
in
his
the background?
stomach. Probably shouldn't have eaten and destroyed
Money.
so many things you weren't
First edition notebook. AC unit.
supposed to.
Carcass. Scented candles.
Rachel
Dog
went to
beds.
Go pick him up.
More books. Oh my goodness. That's what our dog does. He destroys everything he sees. He destroys plastic, like anything he can pull or grab into his cage, he will do it and tear it to pieces. Even like the pads that we put down, he would destroy them. And then I don't know why, but he drags them into the cage, which just makes it annoying to clean.
Pick him up at the vet after the surgery, but when she entered the lobby, she heard a very mournful howl coming from the back. And it just kept going, even as they let her into an examination room to wait. Oh god, that's
He's like, come on, please, save me, save me, save me.
him, isn't it?
Charlie, that's enough.
Yep, it's him. Poor baby was so unhappy coming out of anesthesia that he howled from the moment he woke up until they brought him out to Rachel. A different time, he needed to be put under for a series of tests, and when we brought him back to the ranch, he wandered over to my dad's garden, sat down, and just stared off into space in that spot for hours.
What is going on here? Oh, good lord.
I called him to come back in a few times, but dude was on another planet at that point. I didn't even notice my presence until I physically touched him. Must have been having one hell of a trip. A few more of Charlie's many quirks. Look at this. Whenever he was just chilling, he would lie with his hind legs out to the side like this, or stretched backwards like this. We'd walk by and call him Superman when he did that. He was also a summer bum because he loved jumping up on the pool furniture and soaking in the rays like he was getting a tan.
It's cute though. It's cute. He is a gentleman. He's saying, I am a gentleman. I do what I want and I'll get it.
He was getting a tan. Only thing he was missing was a coconut drink with a little umbrella. Another thing he loved was when I wore long skirts because he would treat me like his own personal tent. And every single time he would peek out from underneath it with the cloth draped over his head like this.
Our girl dog, Evelyn, we call her Tiny. She likes to do the same thing. She loves to be under blankets and covers.
I I'm pretty sure he was fully aware of how cute he was. And finally, he could always tell when I was having period cramps and thought he was helping by lying on top of me. I appreciate the concern, Charlie.
I learned about I had to learn about the girl and male body because I was taking physical education and children education. So I know that must have been very painful. Even though he was trying to help, he thought he was helping you by protecting you. I'm sure that must have been very painful.
Charlie, but I don't think your treatment's working. But then again, that always was Charlie's favorite place. On your lap. Now all of these stories are just the tip of the Charlie iceberg. Trust me, I would love to make another one of these videos, so please give me every reason to. I want to keep the legend alive. Thank you so much for... Charlie? Now available for pre-sale, the official Let Me Explain Studios premium sketchbook. This is my absolutely favorite thing we have ever made. The cover is so pretty. The first few pages feature behind-the-scenes art from my videos, and in the corner you have a little flipbook of Toon Becca dancing. These are professional qualities. The pages are so silky smooth, it feels like butter to draw on them, so whether you're a seasoned professional or an absolute beginner looking for your first sketchbook, you can pre-order one of these by clicking the link in the description below.
Aww, so cute. Oh, good lord. But in the end, he still won. That peanut butter. Are we sure he's not haunting that peanut that peanut butter? Thing like, you know, I still want this. Oh, good lord. But that's it for me. You see this right here? Go check her out. Go check Let Me Explain Studios out. And if you like what you saw today, consider subscribing. I don't know why I look. The camera is this way, but I look at this way for some reason. I don't know why. If you like what you saw today, consider subscribing. But you don't have to, but I highly recommend it. Well, not recommend it. I highly, like I said, I'm a train wreck. I highly appreciate it if you do, but you know what? Maybe I should just go ahead and sign off. Thank you for watching, but I gotta go. Until next time. Wait, before I say something, or officially say goodbye, let me know if you stay to the end of the video. Answer this question. What should I call my fans, or, you know, people who subscribe to me? What should I call y'all? Do y'all have a recommendation? What should I call y'all? But I hope y'all have a good day. Y'all hope y'all had a good day. Or night, wherever you're at in the world. And see you till then.